though, as low as their glass is, because you can't tell. At least when I'm watching at home, I can't tell if it would have been, over taller glass or not. So we're just going to count stuff that hits the rafters, hits the ceiling, hits the banners. But still, I think 1 a period's pretty easy number.
I have no clue what I'm like. I'm envisioning what it's supposed to, what y'all are talking about and what you're describing. I can't wait to watch tonight and actually see what that looks like. I'm gonna go over just because y'all are saying over. I don't know. I feel like saying under may just be wrong. But I feel like tomorrow I'll have a better. I'll hint at that tomorrow in the pregame show as to, oh yes, the ceiling is very low. And then with our last one, we have a little fun one here. Total pieces of his kids' Halloween candy that Ken will be eating while watching this game. The over under here is 10.5. Before I answer this, Ken, what was the Halloween basket looking like? Like, are there really good options in there, or?
I have not looked at it yet, but Lily came home and she was pretty excited that it was overflowing. So there's a lot to choose from.
And can I also ask, are there Reese's in there?
Again, I haven't looked, but if there are, I'll find them.
So I'm gonna go over based on if there are Reese's in that basket. Ken is definitely going over 10.5 with that.
I'm staying over. I think that's the easiest over under of all year, 10.5. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'm not going to throw a guess out there because I feel like, well, whatever I say it's going to be is kind of an easy, though if I took the under, I wouldn't bet on my self-control. But either way, let's just move on to the McDonald's Tauros trivia question. Who is the Tauros all-time points leader against the Norsemen / Blizzard organization? Remember, the St. Cloud Norsemen used to be the St. Cloud Blizzard and the Brookings Blizzard. Before that, your options: Johnny Walker, Cade Stibbe, a couple of Arizona State players, Kyler Clevin, who went to Minnesota Duluth, or Christian Mose, the Tauros all-time leading scorer who ended up in Miami, Ohio. So four options there. I don't think either of you know the answer to this one.
I don't. I'm going to be so honest, but I'm going to go with the lovely multiple choice of picking which name I like the best, and I'm going Johnny Walker. That's just an elite name right there. And put a little ode to Arizona State there for Edward.
Yeah, I'm going to take Johnny Walker as well. I usually in this scenario would like to be different. Johnny Walker, of course, playing multiple seasons with my Arizona State Sun Devils. I believe an Arizona kid himself. So I'm going to take Johnny Walker just for the Sun Devils.
Win yourself some prizes here during tonight's game. And yeah, see if you agree with these guys or if you've got a different answer for that McDonald's Tauros trivia question.
Well, guys.
And good. And Cloud, apologies for the pre-game show. Internet difficulties here at the arena due to an accident, so we had to cut it short, but we are underway. Puck is down, and away we go. Tauros controlling the offensive zone, or the defensive zone, excuse me. It's worked up near side to Yahala in the neutral zone. He looks far side to Batten. Batten can't control it, so Norsemen take over for a brief moment. Yahala, though, gets it back as he is hacked at a few times. Norsemen control. Richart throws it into the far side corner. Puck will ring around the Toro net. Tauros looking to control near side. Big hit there laid by Mahler in the near side corner. Puck frees up behind the Toro net. Tauros take over. It's Yahalis getting on the far side. He enters the neutral zone. Looks to the center of the ice. 2-0. Hannison can't quite find him. So puck goes free into the Norsemen defensive zone. Norsemen will start up ice. This is work near side along the boards to Hunt. Hunt loses it. Tauros control behind their own net. Perot, he'll leave it for James as this puck will go up and away and out of play for a whistle with 19:04 to go. Welcoming everybody aboard once again. Tauros on the road once again, taking on this Norsemen team. It's the first contest they'll take on this team in the next 1 out of 4, I should say. Tauros with back-to-back series. It's game number 3 of 8 regular season series. Part of the Great River rivalry presented by the Great River Federal Credit Union, winner of the regular season series with some incentives awaiting them at the end of the year. Tauros out of their own zone. It's worked into the neutral zone, picked up by Perot. Perot looks far side. He Can't find a man intended for Spencer. Tauros pursuing a puck deep in their own defensive zone. Far side corner. Norsemen looking to pick this one up behind the net. Finally controlled by Hunt. Hunt will kick it around to Mythmunga. Mythmunga defended closely there by Small. Puck will find its way for a whistle. Look at our starting lines here, presented by SRT. Tauros in search of their 8th win on the year. New additions to this Toro lineup as well. Hubert Clark making his debut for the Tauros. Defenseman who's already committed to Western Michigan University. As the draw will come out to Svedin's right side, Tauros will control it, rung around the net, looking towards the direction of Dress. It's hacked at by Gibbs as it'll be picked up by the Norsemen. It's Lundy working center ice as tries to find Gallivan along the blue line. Puck will squirt free into the neutral zone, so the Norsemen will have to reset. This is just hacked into the Tauros zone by Clawkins as the Tauros will reset. Clark will pick up as Bucks work back out in the neutral zone. Gibbs works near side. He'll throw it off the near side wall as this one will once again roll its way back into the Toro defensive zone. It's rung around the net. Work towards the far side to Dress. Dress working against a slew of Norsemen defenders as the puck's poked back deep into the Toro zone. Funk in the neutral zone now. He'll work it far side to Dress. Dress will gain the blue line as he skates in alone. Funk is trailing him as Dress is tied up in the far side corner. Puck's taken away by the Norsemen. Good defense here, though, by the Tauros to try to keep that one in. Puck will roll out to the neutral zone. Both teams will hack at it as it'll eventually find its way into the near side corner in the Norsemen offensive zone. It's Karch working in the near side corner for the Norsemen. Tauros dig it free. Mahler will give it to Marvin Kors. Marvin Kors back to Mahler along the far side neutral zone. This puck is fired into the offensive zone. Lidan's out of his net. He'll work it to the near side. Tauros will pick it off in the offensive zone. Nichols had a stick on it for a moment as Marvin Kors tries to get a hold of it. A lot of traffic there in the offensive zone for the Tauros. Norsemen will work it back as good hustle here by both teams. It's Fleming eventually turning away. He'll give it to Mahler. Mahler back into the neutral zone to Nichols. Nichols working along the far side. He'll poke it across the blue line, but the Norsemen will take over in their own zone. So they'll start back up ice in the neutral zone. 16:40 to go. Crane will fire one wide left of the net. Norsemen turn off the near side wall. Puck will roll all the way back to the Norsemen territory. Norsemen will sling it around to the near side. Puck then poke back out to the far side. It's chopped at by Geyers. A one-timer there by Yahala, just fanned down in the offensive zone. And offensive zone takeaway for the Tauros. Norsemen, though, starting back up ice. Wishart will just backhand this into the offensive zone. Will find Svedin. Tauros will work deep out of their own defensive zone near side to James. James works into the neutral zone. He finds Batten. Batten will cross the blue line, leave it for O'Hannison. O'Hannison across ice to Yahala. Yahala will fire one that goes off the pad of Lidan. Poked free. Back out to the far side. Tauros still working the offensive zone. Shot goes wide of the net. Mythmunga meets it near side in his own defensive zone. Puck is being worked at in the near side corner. Eventually freed up by the Norsemen. Norsemen carry this out of their own zone to neutral. It's Hunt, far side corner. Good job there by the Tauros to take that one away in the neutral zone and work it back free into the offensive zone. Norsemen from behind their own net along the far side. It's thrown free as Norsemen will carry this one, fires one just wide of the net. Good breakaway opportunity there as Blue had it. Good race along the far side boards. Norsemen lose it in the offensive zone. Tauros work it free. It's Small into the neutral zone. Small along the far side. He'll backhand this one off the boards. Field his own passes. A good job there to try to feed Spencer. Couldn't quite get a clean look at it as Spencer was lurking right in front of the net of Lidan. Back the other way, the Norseman with a shot off the pad of Svedin. Buck will carry him to the near side corner. Tauros control it. Couple good opportunities for each team both ways. 14:44 left in the first period of play. Tauros out of their own zone. It's Small in neutral. He'll chip this one high up into the air into the near side corner offensive zone. Norsemen behind their own net. A coin will control for the Tauros as he works behind the Norseman net. Norseman poke it near side as Mahler is there for a moment. Good job there by the Tauros just to keep this one across the blue line. Norsemen, though, take it away in their own defensive zone. Work back up ice as this one's carried free by Runso. Runso runs into a nice stick there by Mahler as the Toros poke it free and take back over in their own zone. This one's sent out to neutral, near side to Small. Small working up against Kelman. Kelman with a nice hit along the near side boards to break that possession up for the Toros. Norsemen back out into the offensive zone. Perot had it. He leaves it for James. James will skate to the near side corner. Norsemen back behind the Toro net. 2 Toro defenders in on this one. It's work free for a one-timer that's fired on. Net soaked up and held by Svedin. It was coming on Svedin's right side. Svedin, though, does a nice job to keep that one free. We talk about Lucas Svedin with a really nice weekend last weekend against an undefeated Bismarck Bobcat team coming into the weekend. Svedin just surrendering the lone goal on Thursday night and then held court in a shootout as the Toros got the Saturday night win in a shootout 3-2 over the Bobcats. Still no score here. Draw to Svedin's right side. Norsemen win the draw as Farrell will fire one in on net that goes up and out of play for another whistle. 13:40 to go in the first quarter. Quick look at shots on net in favor of the Norsemen. 2-0 here in the first period of play. Norsemen in second place. They're coming off a weekend sweep over the Aberdeen Wings, so both teams riding on some momentum. We're back underway here. Toros out of their own defensive zone. Backhanded pass there as Edwards finds Dress. Dress skating into the offensive zone. He hustles down the near side. Puck will roll around to the back of the Norseman net. Toros still control. Edwards will fire one that gets poked up in the air. As Funk tried to get a hand on it, puck settled down and carried up ice by the Norseman. Farrell across the blue line for the Norseman. He'll fire one into the glove of Svedin as he'll hold it for another whistle and a stoppage of play. As we'll get to some check-ins here on social media. The Bachovens checking in. Sally being the Chicago crew. Luke Olson on Facebook. And once again, apologize for the internet difficulties. Still working through some troubles here on the road. Drawing the Toro defensive zone will come to Svedin's right side. As Toros control off the draw. It's Nichols carrying it in the neutral zone. He'll throw it in the offensive zone. Toros will chase after this one. Leading out of his net will work it to the near side. Norseman will skate it back up to neutral zone. Good job there by Nichols to poke at that one and get it back in the offensive zone. As Nichols will skate in. A good try there as he skated through some traffic. Tried to go to the backhand. Couldn't quite get a clean shot off. So the Norsemen out of their own zone will clear it back out of neutral zone. Nichols, though, with a nice sequence there that really sprung out of the neutral zone as he carried it all the way through in front of the net of Ledeen. As the Toro offense starts to get going, puck sent into the Toro defensive zone. Toros will control far side boards. Worked into the neutral zone by Cordes. Cordes tries to carry that one across the blue line, gets poked at, and the puck taken away by the Norseman. Norseman carrying this one in. It's fired off the pad and glove of Svedin. It was Hunt carrying that one in. Hunt behind the Toro net. Fleming sent in on defense. It's thrown across the ice to Batten. Toros controlling the neutral zone. Batten was looking for Owens as this one gets chopped at up and out of play for another whistle. 12:06 to go. First period of play Friday night in St. Cloud. Toros will see this Norseman team once again next weekend at home as the Great River rivalry rolls on. Draw out of neutral is won and controlled by the Toros. Far side is Fleming. Fleming will throw this one high up into the air. Just catches the board. Talk about the low boards here and the low ceiling. Toros working the offensive zone as Yahala looks towards the direction of Ohannesson. Ohannesson can't settle that one down, so the Norsemen poke it back out of the neutral zone. Backhanded pass here into the offensive zone by Blue. So the Norsemen pursue that into the near side corner. Toros control back out of neutral zone. It's Yahala. Yahala across the blue line, far side. He'll fire one off the net as Ohannesson will go and try to clean that one up. It went off the pad of Lidan. As the Toros look to clean that up. Ohannesson was in on the hustle. Get a quick replay there. Nice opportunity there for the Tauros. Offensive zone draw. It's going to be small out there with Spencer and a coin on the forward unit. Perot and James, the defensive front out there for the Tauros. Tauros win the draw. It gets chopped up in the air. Norsemen hack at it along the near side boards and eventually will throw it out of the offensive zone. Good hustle there by Farrell as it will be whistled dead for an icing. So the Tauros with another offensive zone draw. And Skylar pointed out here in the Facebook chat, shout out to number 12, Hubert Clark, first game with the club from his friends and family in Norway House, Manitoba. He's got the rookie lap in warm-ups, and we mentioned his first game in a Toro uniform. Tauros win the offensive zone draw. A coin will fire this one through traffic, but it's tipped up and out of play for another whistle. 11-12 to go, first period of play. Shots on net in favor of the Norsemen, 7-1. Norsemen 8-2, 1-2, just 2 regulation losses. One came against this Toro team. It was the Saturday game 2 of the Toros home opening series up at Mesa Arena. Toros got on the board early in that one, never looked back, but the Norsemen, very good competitive team so far through the first couple weeks of this season in the Central Division. Toros out of the neutral zone. It will be fired up and out of play for another whistle. Talk about it in the pregame show, the low glass, low ceilings, one of our Forebears Sportsbook over-unders. Stoppages from the low ceiling, so draw back up into the neutral zone. Norsemen will control this one. So work it up out of their own zone, off the board. Sandhu couldn't get a stick on it, so the puck will roll the distance for another icing and another whistle. Icings are brought to you by Monite's Finest Collision Center. This draw will come out to Lidan's right side. Lidan, the central star of the week for the Norsemen. A really good showing against that Aberdeen team here last weekend. Toros in the offensive zone corner. They'll work at a puck in the far side corner, but Norsemen take it away as Sandhu carries this in the neutral zone. He'll look far side to Wishart. Wishart across the blue line as the shot goes just wide of the net. As Norsemen will pursue this near side corner. Wishart will work it back up to Sandhu. Sandhu gets pressured and held up by James. So Norsemen in the near side corner. Small also in there for the Toros. James will skate after a puck and give it to a coin. Cross ice to Spencer. Spencer in the neutral zone as he'll skate up and give it to Small. Small with a quick breakaway across the blue line. He backhand hacks it towards the pad of Lidan. Lidan with an easy save there as the Norsemen will gather and control out of their own defensive zone. Nice takeaway there for the Toros. Neutral zone will work near side to Edwards. Edwards couldn't get a stick on it, so Hunt will carry this across the blue line. Offensive zone here for the Norsemen. Backhanded pass center ice taken away by the Toros. As this one is turned back up ice, given to Edwards near side across the blue line. Centering pass there for Funk. Funk couldn't get a stick on that one, so back and forth we go. Norseman will chip this back into the Toro zone as it's pursued after behind the Toro net as Gibbs will get to it. And ringing around the Toro net, Funk picks it up far side. He'll work it to Dress. Dress's pass gets batted down from the air as the Toros will send it back down the ice. Edwards in the offensive zone. He'll work around the net of Lidan. Far side corner. Good defense there by Miller as the Norseman will take this puck back away as it's carried into the neutral zone by Hunt. Hunt tries to work it down the boards as we'll get a whistle and a penalty. As looks like we're going to get a call here for a head contact. So the Toros are going to go to the Papa John's PK for the first time tonight. It's Davin Nichols being sent to the box for the Toros. Look at this Toro penalty kill unit, 88% on the year. Good for third in the division. 2 shorthanded goals so far. These Toro special teams have been very solid through the first couple of weeks, but it's the PK unit that will be tested here early with 9:22 to go. in the first period. Tauros win the defensive zone, draw to Svedin's left side. Norsemen will chase after into the neutral zone. They'll reset. Miller will work it far side. It'll go off the glass of the penalty box and back to Miller. Miller out of his own defensive zone. He'll give it to Mythmunga. Mythmunga will give it back to Miller. Miller up ice to Lundy. Lundy will leave it to Sandhu. Sandhu back to Miller. Miller will just ring this to the near side corner. Tauros try to hack it free. Both teams working along the near side. It's Blue now giving it to Miller. Miller will skate it back into the near side corner. It's given to Mythmunga. Mythmunga along the near side, still being patient, looking for an open lane. 1:14 remains here on the power play. Up to the blue line to Miller. Miller back to Blue. Blue will skate in and give it back to Miller. Miller cross-ice pass to Lundy. Lundy back along the blue line to Miller. Miller from up top will fire one. That goes into the glove for a whistle with 1:02 to go on the PK for the Tauros. 8:23 remain in regulation. As the draw will come out to Svedin's right side. It's going to be Hunt in there for the Norsemen. As the Norsemen will win the draw off a tie. Wishart in the near side corner. He'll leave it back in to the corner as Runso fields a pass along the boards. Runso will work it back down ice. Runso from the near side corner. Geyer up top from the blue line. He'll give it back to Runso. Runso skates in, fires one that goes off of Gibbs and back out into the neutral zone. 35 seconds remain. Norsemen in their defensive zone. Pressure brought here by Owens as Owens works against Runso against the near side boards. Norsemen finally freed up. Hunt will give it across the ice. Norsemen with perhaps one last opportunity here as Wishart will carry it across the blue line. Wishart fires one that goes wide of the net. Crashing in there was Bronson. Hunt. Tauros, though, carrying it back into the neutral zone. It was batting for a brief moment along the far side. Norsemen take it away. Wishart in defensive zone. Pressure once again brought by Owens. Wishart will skate behind the net as the Tauros have 5 seconds remaining on the PK. Norsemen still working in their own defensive zone. Thrown out to neutral zone. Taken away by Mahler. Mahler will give it to Spencer. Tauros are back full strength. Spencer will try to work this off the boards out of the neutral zone, but takeaway here by the Norsemen. Norsemen will pick it up, skating the offensive zone. Fire one that gets hacked at. Farrell will work in the far side corner. Tauros will take this one away as that's Fleming getting to it as sent along the far side boards, picked up in the neutral zone by Mahler. Mahler with a nice move there to fire one that goes just wide and high of the net. Tauros get the rebound far side of corner, work it up to the blue line to Small near side to Fleming. Fleming with a one-timer that goes wide. Rebound once again controlled here by the Tauros. Tauros along the far side as Spencer will work through some traffic. A coin gets held up, as the Norsemen will send this back out in neutral zone. Tauros control. Small will give it to Tui. Tui across the blue line as we will get a call for offsides. As offsides are brought to you by Affinity First Federal Credit Union. Draw back out into the neutral zone. 6:27 to go in this first period. As we have hit our first media timeout of the night. Check in on some other matchups happening around the Central Division. Aberdeen and the Mallards look to get an update. Austin and Bismarck and Watertown and North Iowa. Bismarck up early on the Bruins, 1-0 down at Riverside Arena. North Iowa with a big lead through the first half of the first period, if you will, 3-0 over Watertown. As we'll look for our final score here, Aberdeen with a lead over the Mallards, 1-0, just 5 minutes into the first period in South Dakota. So we'll keep an eye on those scores as we work through the evening. Once again, though, this Norseman team with a sweep over Aberdeen last week, getting them into second place. But we'll look at our goalie breakdown as well. Lucas Fedin gets the call for the Tauros once again. A 1.371 goals against average and a 948 save percentage. Beck Lieden with a 1.939 goals against average and a 923 save percentage. Ledan with 3 shutouts so far this year. That leads the league. As we are back underway, neutral zone draw won by the Tauros. Johannesson will throw this in the offensive zone. That will go up and out of play into the netting for a whistle. So we'll reset action here in the Tauros offensive zone. This one will come to Ledeen's left side. Yahala's out there with Batten and Johannesson along with Tui and James. Tauros win the draw. Johannesson with a quick shot that goes into the chest of Ledeen, which is covered and held for another whistle here. This will quick checking on our shots on net. St. Cloud still with a 9-3 advantage. Quick shot on net that finds its way behind Ledeen. Tauros up early with a 1-0 lead. That one going to be credited to Billy Batten for his 4th on the year. Tauros lead 1-0. Goal that came off a rebound and trickled in for the Tauros. Talk about the start, too, how important that has been for the Tauros. There you go. That goal comes with 6:11 remaining in the first period. Norsemen will work this into the offensive zone. It's chased after and hacked at along the far side boards by Clark. Neutral zone. It's picked up by Small. Small along the near side. He gets pressured and held up, so the Norsemen take over. Mythmunga will send it into the offensive zone. Near side corner. Clark gets a stick at it. He'll hack it around the Toro net. Norsemen at it for a brief moment. Both teams will battle for it against the boards behind the net of Sweden. Tauros will free it up and start up ice. It's Small in the neutral zone. Small will carry it across the blue line. He'll leave it for Spencer. Spencer tries to go to a coin center ice. A coin couldn't settle it down, so the Norseman will turn it back up ice. It's Hunt near side. He'll throw it around the Toro net. Once again, the other Hunt on the ice, Tanner Hunt. It's Tanner Hunt and Bronson Hunt for the Norsemen. Norsemen will work at it in the far side corner. Puck pinned at. Tauros send 2 defenders in. Norsemen will free it up and control. Tauros take it away, though, as Clark will work it in the neutral zone. He gives to Small. Small along the near side will just throw this one in the offensive zone. Tauros with a switch to get some fresh legs on the ice. 4:57 remain in this first period of play. Norsemen out of their own zone. So they throw to neutral zone. Crane couldn't get a stick on it as pops up into the Tauros defensive zone. Tauros working along the far side boards. Dress will try to leave for Funk. Nice stick there by Wishart to break that play up. Norseman will turn this back up ice. Chase for a free puck is won by the Tauros. Mahler behind the Toro net. Both teams will work at it. It's once again freed up. Fleming controls far side. He'll try to chip it up into there into the neutral zone. Norseman taken away. Norseman with a shot that gets tipped wide of the net. Into the near side corner. Tauros working out. It's Funk. He'll give it to Fleming. Fleming neutral zone to Dress. Dress got a poke at it, but the puck will roll into the offensive zone into the Norsemen. Norsemen throw back up into the neutral zone. Tauros have to peel back. Delayed offside, so Norsemen work up ice near side. Across the blue line is Harris. Harris will ring it around the Toro net. Tauros in on defense. Far side as it's poked back up in the neutral zone. As I believe we're going to get a call for offsides here. Offsides once again presented to you by Affinity First Federal Credit Union. Take another look at the scoring here for the Tauros as they get an early lead. It was off the draw. Initial shot was sent in and redirect into the back of the net to give the Tauros an early 1-0 lead. Tauros working the offensive zone. Puck's pinned up far side behind the net of Ledan. Norseman freed up, working along the near side. It's Lundy. He'll backhand this into neutral zone. Blue was chasing after that when Tauros pick it up. It's James across the blue line. Will send one into the near side corner. Tauros will chop at this one as eventually the Norseman will take this and throw it in the neutral zone up. And And out of play for another whistle. 3:20 remain on the clock. Tauros once again with that 1-0 lead. Game number 3 between these two teams. Draw will come out to Lidan's right side. Yahala's out there for the Tauros, and on the draw, Tauros win. O'Hannison will fire one that goes off the blocker of Lidan. Rebound out to the far side. Yahala tries to work it down along the boards, but Norsemen pick it up. Good takeaway there by the Tauros. O'Hannison it was that poked it free in the neutral zone. He sends it in the offensive zone. Yahala from the near side corner. Yahala will try to give to O'Hannison. O'Hannison couldn't get his stick on that one, so the Tauros will reset out of their own defensive zone. Final 3 minutes of play here. Gibbs in the near side corner. He works it to center ice to Batten. Batten will give to Owens. Give it to Yahala. Yahala to O'Hannison. Back to Yahala. That one just rolls wide. Norsemen pick it right back up in the neutral zone as it's skated down by Hunt. Hunt along the near side boards as he crosses the blue line. This is sent in behind the Toro net. Yahala in pursuit of that one. He gives it to O'Hannison. O'Hannison out of the Toro zone. Near side. He'll skate across the blue line. Look center ice. Gibbs was being worked at by Gallivan, so this puck will ring around the net of the Norsemen and back out of the neutral zone. Toros control it. Spencer now skating center ice. Crosses the blue line. Will get a long-range shot that goes off the pad. Rebound out to the far side. Norsemen control this one into the neutral zone for a moment as Smaw did a nice job to poke that one free and send it back into the offensive zone for the Tauros. 2 minutes remain here in the first period of play. Tauros up 1-0. So Norsemen will carry this into the near side. It's Sarks who is pressured up along the near side boards. Tauros will pick this one up. It's Spencer, who was skating along the far side. Tried to get a shot off there. Good defense by the Norsemen. Still working are the Tauros. Norsemen will poke this one free as Karch will skate down ice across the blue line. He gets held up there as he lost the puck. Tauros control back out of the neutral zone. Pass goes off the boards as Spencer and Small skating along the near side into the corner. Both teams will send guys in as Spencer tried to backhand feed that one to O'Hannison. It's O'Hannison now along the near side. O'Hannison will work it to Spencer. Spencer will try to leave this behind the net. Tauros couldn't get a guy to it, so the Norsemen take it back over along the far side. They'll work out of their own zone. Blue tried to go boot to blade. It puck goes just wide. As this puck will, I believe, go up and out of play for another whistle. 1:08 to go here in the first period of play. Tauros once again up 1-0. Draw back out into the neutral zone. Billy Batten's 4th goal of the year. The helpers were credited to Tui and Yahala. Tui's shot was the initial one that was sent in on net. As this is thrown into the Toro offensive zone. Tauros up against the near side boards. They'll control. Yahala skating. He'll leave it for O'Hannison. O'Hannison gives it to Mahler. Mahler will try to look towards the front of the net. Goes wide and will rebound off the far side. Mithmunga tried to get a stretch pass there just out of his stick. Mithmunga, though, will chase it behind the Toro net. He's met by 2 Toro defenders. It's Mahler and Fleming out there for the Toros. Mithmunga far side. He works it back to the blue line. It's given back to Mithmunga. Good defense here by Yahala to break that pass up. Tauros will work out of their own defensive zone. Fleming will give it to Mahler. Mahler will skate into the neutral zone. O'Hannison will skate across the blue line. O'Hannison couldn't quite carry that one free. Good poke there by the Norseman. Runso now across the blue line to the offensive zone. He looks to try to give it to Sandhu. Sandhu had a hold up on that one. Not quite enough room. Tauros back up ice. Neutral zone. This is given to O'Hannison. O'Hannison will fire one. Goes just high and up and out of play. About a second and a half to go here in the first period. Offensive zone draw for the Tauros. Back and forth action. Couple good opportunities for both teams. Norsemen with a push there in the offensive zone as they still maintain an advantage in the shots on net. 9-6 now in their favor. The draw will come out to Lidan's left side. 1.6 remain on the clock. A coin out there with Funk and Yahala. Looks like the Tauros 6 out there. As the horn sounds, that's the end of the first period. Tauros with a 1-0 lead over the Norsemen in the first period of play here on Friday night in St. Cloud. But with that, we will send it out to break. We'll be back with the Farmers Union Insurance intermission interview after these short messages on the Minotauro Network.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code Hockey100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/Hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about more than tires. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
If you're taking a prescription opioid, please don't drink. Mixing alcohol or another drug increases your risk of overdose. Know how to be safe at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
In life, there's good, better, and the best. The same theme applies for our car and light truck tires at Northwest Tire. We offer you good tires, better tires, and the best tires. Which choice is right for you? That depends on your tire performance needs and your budget. The choice is yours. Come in and talk to one of our tire experts, and we'll help you decide which tire is best for you.
Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
I am Melissa Mack, and I do collections and loans at Aspire Credit Union.
My name is Amy Rasmussen, and I am the Member Experience Coordinator at Aspire Credit Union.
I think it's very important to give back to our community to show that we care. I think that we're very good at showing our members we care, and they see us out in the community.
What I like most about working at Aspire Credit Union, it is very family oriented. We feel like one big happy family, and Aspire knows that your family always comes first.
I'll always remember when I first started. I showed up to work and my whole office was decorated in Mexican theme because I was going to be going to Mexico. I remember just being so shocked and so honored that they did that for me. I just think that's really special that Aspire allows us to develop those relationships with our coworkers.
We do a lot of fun things. We have the best potlucks ever. Kind of brings us together, and everyone just kind of helps each other out.
Aspire to more.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
All right, we're back down on the ice for the Farmers Union Insurance intermission interview here with Billy Batten. Ben, can you just walk us through that goal, what you saw?
Yeah, so we had 2 quick face-offs there. Jesse won them both, which helped out. The first one we got a good chance, and then second one got to Jack in the slot and went off my leg, so it was a good goal for us.
And how important have quick starts been for you guys? Obviously, we saw in the win you guys got against this Norsemen team a couple weeks ago. It was an early goal that kind of got things going. How important have those starts been?
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot. When we get the first goal, we tend to just step on the pedal here and just take care of business for the rest of the game. So if we keep doing that, we're going to be successful all year.
And what's it going to take for you guys to get out of here with the win tonight?
I think we keep doing what we're doing, get the puck low, we're causing turnovers, then find the guy in the slot, and we'll score some goals.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. We'll send it back out to break and be back with the Four Bears report.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
On the field, a lot of people know me as number 11. And while I really appreciate and value all the fans of number 11, off the field, I appreciate how First Western Bank and Trust bankers take the time to learn about me and never treat me as just a number. You too can bank where you'll never be just an account number.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down, go volume up. Go in, go out, go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Don't let talking about tough topics scare you. Talk to your child about the dangers of underage alcohol use today. This message brought to you by the 1st District Health Unit and the Minot Minotauros.
We had a member that came into the credit union who doesn't historically come in. She went up to the teller line and said she wanted $25,000 in cash. The teller kind of questioned her about it, and she said, "I'm buying a car," but she was kind of fidgety. And is that when she went to you first?
She had to make a phone call to see who it was payable to, and that was
Which is
red
way
flag.
weird. I mean, that's a huge red flag. And that's kind of when I came up there and I just said, "Are you comfortable coming to my office if we just sit down and talk about this?"
And that's where you took the phone and talked to the person on the other line, right?
Then to hit the button on the phone and disconnect them, for her to say, "Thank you."
I'd rather ask the uncomfortable questions than hear that I just assisted someone losing $25,000.
Perfect. That's when you know you did a good job that day.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
And welcome back to the Minotauro Network to the Four Bears Casino and Lodge Intermission Report. Tauros with a first period intermission lead over the Norsemen. 1-0 goal comes courtesy of Billy Batten, his 4th of the year. Assists go to Connor Tui and Jesse Uhala. As we get another look at the scoring, it came off the draw. The draw is Tui, I believe, had the initial shot. And then Billy Batten was sitting in front of the Norseman net as the Tauros lead 1-0 after the first period of play. But with that, we will get to some scores around the rest of the league. The out-of-town scoreboard, of course, we mentioned earlier a couple other games in the Central Division. As we take a look, once everything loads up here, Johnstown and Northeast. Johnstown with a 4-3 final. Johnstown will get the win. Maine and Danbury at the intermission, a 4-0 lead for Maine. That one at the second intermission, Maryland and Elmira. Maryland with a 2-0 lead over Elmira at the second intermission as well. New Hampshire and New Jersey. New Hampshire up on New Jersey 1-0 as the final 10 minutes of the second period are underway. Rochester and Philadelphia. Rochester with a 3-1 lead over the Rebels. That one final few minutes of the second period as well. At the intermission, North Iowa and Watertown. North Iowa holding on to a 3-0 lead over the Shamrocks. Janesville and the Wendigo. Janesville up 2-1 over Wisconsin. That one also at the intermission. This one, though, at the first intermission. Bismarck with a 1-0 lead on the road in Austin. That one at the first intermission as well. Shreveport and Amarillo. Shreveport up 2-1 on the Wranglers in the first period of play. Minnesota, the Mallards that is, and Aberdeen. Aberdeen leads 3-1 as they look to get back into the win column. That one also in the first period. Odessa and Lone Star. Lone Star up 2-0 in the first period. Colorado and El Paso still scoreless. That one, though, just about to get underway, so no wonder why it's scoreless. Oklahoma and New Mexico also still to come in warm-ups. And then later tonight, Chippewa up in Alaska to take on Anchorage, and the Wilderness and Kenai still also to come. Those are your out-of-town score in the league. But we'll take a look with that at the standings here in the Central Division. Obviously, Bismarck was winless up until Saturday night, so the Tauros gave Bismarck their first loss of the year. Bismarck, though, still comfortably in first place in the division, so still some things to sort out, though, especially in tonight's matchup. So Bismarck, as we mentioned, 12-0-1. This Norseman team in second place, 8-2-3. Aberdeen now in third place, 8-3-0. It's Austin in fourth, 8-5-0. Then the Tauros, who are looking for their 8th win on the year tonight. The Mallards in 6th place, 6-8. North Iowa 5-7, good for 7th place. And the Watertown Shamrocks round out the Central Division standings. Tauros, though, still haven't played quite as many games as the rest. I think 2 less games at this point, so still obviously some evening out to do, at least in total games played. So with that, we'll send it back out to break, and on the other side, second period action here from the MAC in St. Cloud following these messages on the Minotauro Network.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code Hockey100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/Hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
If you're taking a prescription opioid, please don't drink. Mixing alcohol or another drug increases your risk of overdose. Know how to be safe at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
In life, there's good, better, and the best. The same theme applies for our car and light truck tires at Northwest Tire. We offer you good tires, better tires, and the best tires. Which choice is right for you? That depends on your tire performance needs and your budget. The choice is yours. Come in and talk to one of our tire experts and we'll help you decide which tire is best for you.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
I'm Angie Martin. I work at Aspire Credit Union. I'm a loan officer, and I've been there for 23 years. So, Angie, you are a great person, and I want you to know that you have made things for me and my daughter so much easier. My daughter is the greatest thing to me in my life. You made her smile when she got approved for her first credit card. I might not be able to give her the world, but it's great knowing that I have people helping. Love, April and Eve Bland. That's pretty incredible. I feel like that fun. Oh, thank you so much. That was so sweet.
You know, and I mean, you're going to be helping, you know, the grandbabies.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
You're great. You know that.
And welcome back inside the MAC here in St. Cloud. Second period action about to get underway between the Tauros and Norsemen, but we'll bring in our director of sales here with the Tauros. Kobe brought a little giveaway happening at the Mesa Arena.
Yeah, we got a cool one, kind of a unique one this upcoming Friday, November 8th, partnering with United Way and their Backpack Buddies program. We got 500 of those lunchboxes. You're looking right at them right there. And you get that lunchbox if you're one of the first 500 through the door. It does require a $10 donation to Backpack Buddies, but feel free to donate more if you want. But yeah, make sure to get there early. Secure your backpack, or your lunchbox, I should say.
Those are bound to be a hot item at Mesa Arena. Once again, as Kobe said, get there and get there early. Puck is down. We are underway. Second period. Tauros in the offensive zone. And puck is dug at against the boards behind the net of the Norsemen. Norsemen will kick it back out in the neutral zone. Tauros control. Yahala will send this in for the Tauros. Tauros with a 1-0 lead. since about the 6-minute mark in the first period of play. Tauros work along the near side. It's Batten will ring it around the Norseman net. Yahala will work it back towards the direction of the near side. He'll give it to Fleming. Fleming with a shot that soaked up and held by Lidan. Just 40 seconds into the second period of play. So we'll get to some more check-ins. Points checking in on Facebook. John Granius checking in. Dan Hill checking in from the XL Energy Center. Couple clicks down the road. Appreciate all of you guys being aboard. Draw out to Lidan's right side. Norseman will control off the draw as it's rung around to the far side. It's picked up briefly by the Norseman. Good takeaway there by Spencer. Spencer will give it to, I believe that was a Coin. Yeah, Coin working on the far side. He'll send it back towards the near side as Small will work up against the boards. It's poked back out in the neutral zone. Perot working against Hunt near side as Buck is freed up and started up ice by Geyer. Geyer will work through the neutral zone across the blue line. He'll give it near side to Hunt. Hunt will fire one that goes off of Sudin to the far side. Tauros control. Gathered into neutral zone by Small. Small will pass it to Spencer. Spencer across the blue line. He looks to give it to a Coin. Good stop there as Tauros will pick it back up in the neutral zone, or in the offensive zone. Spencer will fire one that goes off the pad. Eventually up and out of play for a whistle. Good job there by Spencer to get it back in the offensive zone. Is opportunity there for the Tauros. 18:35 remain in the second period. We'll get another look at that one. The Tauros continue to keep the offensive zone pressure on. Draw will come out to Lidan's left side, and are apologizing for those internet difficulties here. Still working through some connection problems on the road. Defensive zone draw was tipped wide by the Norsemen. Tauros pick it up along the near side as Norsemen will eventually free it up and carry it into neutral zone. Blue will hack it down the near side as Blue will get a shot that one wide of the net. It will rebound out into the defensive zone. Hustling in is Funk. Lidan out of his net. Lidan gets held up as Funk will free it up and try to kick it to the center of the ice. Norseman will poke it back down along the boards and eventually out into the neutral zone. As near side is Clark throwing it into the offensive zone. Edwards and Funk in on the pressure out there along with Dress, Clark, and Gibbs. Buck sent to the far side. Edwards will ring it back around the Norseman net. This one controlled near side by Sarts. Sarts will work it down along the boards to Blue. Blue into the neutral zone. He carries it across the blue line. As that will get whistled and called for an offsides. Offsides presented by Affinity First Federal Credit Union. Take a look at our heat check here, circling back around to Toro goaltender Lucas Fedin. It's again a 1.371 goals against average, about a 95% save percentage. Had 66 saves last weekend against really good Bismarck Bobcat team. Norsemen win the neutral zone draw. Farrell will fire one off pad of Svedin. Rebound out to the far side. Norseman still working. Farrell in the far side corner. Is a backhanded try there by Karch. Goes wide of the Toro net. Toros pick this one up along the near side. It's worked up ice into neutral zone. Norseman will gather this one coming along the near side. Nichols in on the defense. He chases after a puck that was briefly a free run. So back up top in the neutral zone. Nichols with a neutral zone takeaway there as the puck's poked at and eventually corralled by Farrell. Farrell will throw it behind the Toro net. Runso in the far side corner. Puck will be pinned up along the boards. 2-on-2 battle ensues. Both teams trying to free up a puck that's pinned up against the boards. Marvin Cordes got a stick on that one, but it's Nichols carrying this across the blue line. He'll leave it for Marvin Cordes. Marvin Cordes will fire one. That one into the glove of Lidan. 16:48 to go in the second period of play. Toros up 1-0. It was Billy Batten, a fourth goal on the year. Potentially an assist for Hannison. We'll have to look at that, and if so, that will, of course, be amended in the box score. As the draw will come in the offensive zone, it's going to come to Lidan's left side. Yahala's in on the draw for the Toros. Toros win the draw. Hannison will give it to James. James will fire one. That one Goes off the leg of Crane and to the far side corner. Tauros still controlling. It was Yahala in there. So he'll throw it behind the net, but it's controlled by the Norsemen. Norsemen back up top in the neutral zone. James gets a stick on it as he'll throw it off the near side glass. Norsemen will control this. It's Sand he leaves it for Hunt. Is it sent to the offensive zone? Good hustle there, but it'll be called for an icing. Icing's brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. Haven't had a whole lot of those tonight. Back and forth action here in St. Cloud. That low ceiling, of course, making it hard to dump it down the ice. Talked about it in the pregame show. Nevertheless, offensive zone draw coming here for the Tauros. Batting in on the draw for Minot as they'll win the draw. It's James from the near side. Porn Hill work it down the boards to O'Hannison. O'Hannison will shovel one high up into the area, the center of the ice. Yahala tries to settle that one down. Batten keeps it into the offensive zone. Yahala along the far side boards. He'll throw this one in back behind the net. Geyer working for the Norsemen. Tauros controlling. It's thrown in by Tui through some traffic. It's held up as the Norsemen will poke it back up into the neutral zone. Tauros will have to reset. O'Hannison from neutral. He sends it to the far side to Yahala. Yahala will gather this one and work it back up top to Clark. Clark skating in. He'll fire that one off the pad and down to the near side boards. Norsemen will control for a moment. Batten, though, with a nice neutral zone takeaway for the Tauros. Near side to O'Hannison, eventually dumped in the offensive zone. Races on for the puck behind the Norsemen net. Norsemen will turn up with it as it's worked back up ice. Puck chipped high up into the air. Is big hit there by Clark to break up the action for the Norsemen. Tauros out of their own zone. It's Gibbs carrying into the neutral zone. He'll skate to the far side and eventually just send this one in. Tauros pursue after this one. The puck will ring around to the near side corner. It's small there for the Tauros. He'll kick it back up to Gibbs. Gibbs near side to Clark. Clark working from the blue line. He'll once again send this one in behind the Norseman net. Spencer in the near side corner. He'll leave it along the boards as Small will try to get a stick on that one. Norseman, though, will corral and clear it down the ice for another icing. 14:51 to go in the second frame. Shots on net in favor of the Norsemen. Overall 11-8, but even in the second period, 2-2. Draw back in the offensive zone for the Tauros. It's back on Lidan's right side. Like we said, Lidan, the Central Division star of the week. Tauros tie up off the draw. It's Hunt carrying this up along the near side as he'll shovel it into the offensive zone. Mahler behind the Toro net. Hunt will take it away in the far side corner and ring it back around the Toro net near side. Both teams work. It's poked back up into the Norseman zone. Norsemen will reset out of their own zone. And Coley pressures. He's out there with Spencer and Small on the forward unit for the Toros. Norsemen out of the neutral zone. It's sent in off of Svedin. Near side is Small. Small gets held up there as Blue will skate in for the Norsemen. Blue tries to fire one on net, and eventually Renzo will fire it into the chest to Svedin for a whistle. As everything kind of cut out here for a moment. I believe we are back. Internet and technology difficulties all around here tonight. It was a car accident that actually caused all of this. So apologies for that. Norsemen win the offensive zone draw. Runso will send it behind the net. It's Blue with a wraparound try into the center of the ice. Nobody was there for the Norsemen, so the Toros will carry back up to the neutral zone as Perot will field the pass near side, cross ice to James. James will give it to Funk. Funk will hack it into the offensive zone. Both teams will pursue after this one. Near side corner, Dress in the offensive zone. Norseman with a quick takeaway there. It's Blue near side as he chips it on net into the glove of Svedin. Svedin will try to give that one back out, but it's whistled dead with 13:41 to go in the period. Draw is going to come out to Svedin's right side. Cumming will be in on the draw for the Norsemen. Cumming with 5 assists so far on the year. It's controlled along the far side for the Toros, sent to the near side corner. It's Dress. He Usually got to stick on it eventually. We'll work it along the near side into the neutral zone as Funk gets tripped up and falls through the ice. Tauros out of their own zone. Tui will try to work it back towards Funk along the blue line, but it finds its way into the glove of Lidan for another whistle. So we'll get a look at our point leaders here for the Tauros. Uhala still the leader with 14 points, and I believe he was credited with an assist tonight as well. Small Spencer also in there with 13. O'Hannison with 12 and Batten with 11. So a balanced effort so far this year for the Tauros. Offensive zone draw for the Tauros is lost as the Norsemen will work it back up to the neutral zone. Tauros take it away though. Gibbs off the near side boards as Geyer will get a stick on it and just chop it in for St. Cloud. Tui behind the Toro net. He tries to free it up from the far side corner to the blue line. Geyer hacked at it a few times, keeping the offensive zone. Nevertheless, though, the Tauros will work it free. Offensive zone is backhanded try there for Owens. Close range is gloved and held by Lidan for a whistle. So we'll get another look at that. Good job there by Owens to get down the ice free. Good save, though, by Lidan to keep that out of the back of the net and keep this Toro lead right where it's at. As the draw will come out to his right side. Yahala's out there with Batten and O'Hannison. Fleming and Mahler in on defense. Mahler will field the pass off the draw. He'll send it in behind the Norseman net. Yahala working in the near side corner. He give it to O'Hannison. O'Hannison will skate through some tight defense here by St. Cloud. It's eventually worked down to Fleming. Fleming up top to Mahler. Mahler will fire one that gets tipped through traffic. Puck will end up along the boards. Both teams working up against the boards to free this one out. Puck finally freed up, controlled by the Norsemen as O'Hannison brings the defense near side. Corner pressures Norsemen working this eventually free into the neutral zone. Crane tried to settle the puck down, couldn't quite get to it, so Fleming will work it far side to Mahler. Mahler to Batten in the neutral zone near side. Batten will carry it up ice and give it to Yahala. Yahala along the near side is gets pressured into the corner, so he'll send it to Mahler. Mahler with a wraparound try. Good poke there by the Norseman. Yahala, though, still in the offensive zone, controlling for the Tauros. He gives it to Batten. Batten behind the net to O'Hannison. O'Hannison up top to Fleming. Fleming will fire one. Goes off of Crane through traffic. Tauros along the near side. Yahala from the blue line. He blows a tire and just tries to keep it in, but Crane turns up with it. Crane in the offensive zone. He'll fire one off the blocker. Rebound out to the far side. Runso picks it up in the corner. Pressure bought by Mahler as we will get a whistle. As the puck went up and out of play. Good breakaway try there as Crane carried that out of the neutral zone. Another good save, though, by Sfadino off the blocker with 11:34 to go. Face-off, I should say, to Sfadin's right side. Tauros still lead 1-0 through the first half of this second period of play. Tauros win the defensive zone draw, quickly sent to the near side to Spencer. Spencer gives it to a Coin. A Coin skates into the neutral zone and will fire it off the glass. As Lidan comes out of his net, pass out to the far side. Tauros at it for a moment. It was James trying to send it towards the center of the ice in front of the net. Norsemen poke it back up to the neutral zone. They'll carry this across the blue line. It's sent center ice. Is a nice job there to poke that out of a dangerous area in front of the Toro net. Small will carry this across the blue line for the Tauros. He'll give it to Spencer. Spencer will fire one that is thrown up and out of play. Spencer thought it was in as he skated along the near side. Big save there by Lidan, who's starting to heat up here. We'll get another look at that one. Small was the initial man to carry it across the blue line for the Tauros. Gave it to Spencer. Spencer had a great look at that one. Nevertheless, though, Tauros with an offensive zone draw to Lidan's right side. Small will win the draw and quickly thrown on net by a Coin. Gloved and held once again by Lidan. Lidan, somewhat local to the area, an 05 out of Alexandria, Minnesota. An 8-1-3 record to start. Like we said, 3 shutouts so far for this St. Cloud team. Tauros win the offensive zone draw. Perot will gather it along the near side, fires it in, and gets tipped through traffic. Norsemen trying to start back up ice. Tauros with some good defense along the near side boards. Hudson Blue will control as he eventually will work this free to Geyer. Geyer will give it neutral zone as Norsemen now working the offensive zone. Shot goes just wide of the net. And rebound off the boards in the neutral zone. Norsemen will reset. Blue tries to hack it along the boards. Quick break up there for the Tauros. Blue, though, will once again control and give as it's carried across the blue line. Offensive zone is Lundy tried to get a shot through traffic. Norsemen still controlling along the near side. It's sent back up, is dumped into the near side corner by Farrell. Farrell will chase after a loose puck. Tauros turn up within the neutral zone. It's Spencer along the near side. He carries into the offensive zone. He'll give to Small. Small back to Spencer. Spencer held up with some nice defenses. Spencer will try to kick it free along the near side. Will be whistled down, and once again a penalty here. This time, though, the Tauros will have the extra man advantage. It's going to be Kelming sent to the box for head contact. So the second time head contact's been called tonight. This time, though, the Tauros will go to the First Western Bank and Trust power play. 9:54 to go in the second period. Take a look at the Tauros power play unit. 23.26%. Good for third in the Central Division. This draw will come out to Ledan's right side. It's Small in on the draw for the Tauros. Tauros win the draw. Dress will give it near side to Fleming. Fleming will work from the blue line. He'll dump it into the corner to Edwards. Back to Fleming as Fleming will give it back to Edwards. Edwards out of the corner. He'll leave it near side for Fleming. Fleming back to Edwards. Edwards we're skating back into the corners. He gets chopped up with some good defense by Miller, and eventually a clear here for the Norsemen. Svedin out of his net will give it to Fleming along the near side. Tauros working out of their own zone will work it to the neutral zone to Small. Small to Edwards along the boards. Both teams will battle in the neutral zone against the boards. Small and Edwards in on the action for the Tauros. Puck eventually freed up as Jurkic will just skate this back eventually out of the neutral zone and pass it back into the Norsemen defensive zone to run some time off the clock. Eventually, though, we get a clear by St. Cloud in the Tauros defensive zone. Fleming in there as he'll give it to Small. Small will skate back into the neutral zone. He feeds to Mahler. Mahler to Dress. Dress along the far side boards. Will throw it behind the Norseman net. Small in on the chase near side corner. Spencer will try to center a pass. They're broken up by the Norsemen and once again cleared. 47 seconds remain on the extra man advantage for the Tauros. Far side is James. James will skate in back behind the net of Svedin. It's given to Yahala. Yahala carries it into the neutral zone. He'll skate up ice across the blue line here. Rebound off the near side boards. Tauros trying to get a stick on it. Eventually it's Ty James from the blue line. He'll give near side to O'Hannison. O'Hannison will look towards center ice as Spencer was in on the action. His puck is covered and held by Ledan. Gibbs was also in on the action for the Tauros. 23 seconds remain on the power play, and that was actually a checking from behind penalty that was called. So nonetheless, a penalty for both teams so far, but somewhat of a quiet night in the penalty box. Norsemen win the draw and quickly clear it down the ice. 18 seconds remain. James will retrieve this one as he'll start up ice from behind the net of Svedin. Tries to go near side to Yahala. Yahala just out of the outstretched stick. Puck will trickle down and roll into the glove of Ledan. 8 seconds remain. A stoppage of play here with 8:02 to go in the second period of play. This draw will be back out to Ledan, right side. It's the grouping out there for the Tauros is Nichols, Owens, Marvin Cordes, Clark, and Gibbs. Owens in on the draw for the Tauros. Norsemen once again with a defensive zone face off the glass. Norsemen come even strength, so both penalty kill units successful so far, as this puck will be tipped up and out of play for another stoppage. 7:47 to go in the second period of play. Shots on net still in favor of St. Cloud, 14-12. Tauros, though, out shooting the Norsemen in the second period of play at 6-5. As we mentioned before, just 2 penalties so far on the night, one aside. As the Tauros once again with an offensive zone draw. Same group out there for the Tauros. Owens off the draw. Puck batted out of the air and down to the ice. As that's going to be called played with a high stick. So we'll redo it again here to Lidan's right side. Owens on the draw for the Tauros. This time the Tauros will control. Fleming from the near side. Tries to work it near side to Nichols. Tauros will send this one in from the neutral zone as the puck was poked out and freed. Norseman from the near side corner worked up ice. It's carried up by Hunt. Hunt will try to work it to Lundy. Lundy will chase after one in the near side corner. He'll gather this one. Mahler in on defense. Norseman working in front of the Toro net is Mahler does not have a stick. Is Tauros control as Fleming will give it to Marvin Cordes and Nichols along the near side. Nichols will skate this one into the corner. Back around the net. Takeaway here by Hunt. Norseman back up ice into the neutral zone. Lundy controls. He'll cross the blue line to the offensive zone. He looks towards the direction of Hunt. Hunt pass just goes wide. Tauros control out of their own zone. It's given to Johannesson. Johannesson on a breakaway in the offensive zone. Backhand off the pad of Lidan. Rebound behind the Norseman net. St. Cloud controls and clears back up ice. Tauros chop it into the offensive zone out of the neutral zone. 6:45 to go. Near side corner. Both teams will battle. Norseman will start back up ice out of the defensive zone as this is carried across the blue line and in. Wishart behind the Toro net. Defense brought by Gibbs. Puck along the near side. Tauros control. Johannesson tries to control that one. Pass just goes wide, so Miller will hack it into the offensive zone for the Norsemen. Near side is Wishart in the corner. Centering pass there couldn't quite be settled down by Crane. Tauros control once again out of their own zone. It's sent back out in the neutral zone as Norsemen will clear it back. Tauros reset. 6:05 to go here. Worked along the far side boards as Buck will roll to Lidan. Lidan will give it behind the Norseman net. Puck back up into the neutral. It's Blue to coming. Will have to hold up here as Norseman forced to peel back for a delayed offsides. Tauros controlling the neutral zone. It's sent in. Spencer hustling behind the net as Gallivan wins that race. Tauros with an offensive zone takeaway as Blue, though, will poke it back free and eventually down the ice for St. Cloud as they go for a change. Tauros out of their own zone. It's Spencer along the near side in neutral zone. Across the blue line. Pass was trying to go towards the center of the ice. Too small. Norseman poke it back up to the neutral zone. Tauros quickly take it away as they reset and send it back in. This will roll the distance for an icing. As always, icings are brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. 5:13 to go. Second period play. Take another look at the opportunity here for Johannesson. Pass was just a little long on that one. Nevertheless, good hustle there to get to it. Draw will come to the Tauros defensive zone. It's Bronson Hunt on the draw for the Norsemen. Small in there for the draw. James will send it behind the net to Acoina. Acoina will work it free. Puck squirts to the near side. It's James sending it back up to the neutral zone. Quick takeaway by Harris as the Norsemen work through some traffic. Neutral zone. Hunt will give it to Lundy, but that will be whistled down for an offsides. Offsides brought to you by Affinity First Federal Credit Union. 4:52 to go. Second period action. Tauros up on this Norseman team. Both squads have picked up a win against each other. Season series stands at 1-1. Like we mentioned, part of the Great River rivalry. The winner of the season series presented with a trophy at the end of the year to display at the local Great River Federal Credit Union branch. So some hardware on the line in the season series between these two teams. Tauros out of their own defensive zone. Dress will give it to Mahler in the neutral zone. Mahler will carry it across the blue line. He loses his handle on it. Crane picks it up for the Norsemen along the near side boards. Crane skates in. Center ice pass there. Sand, who was chasing after that one. It's tipped wide of the net. Far side boards. Tauros control. Dress being hacked at by Sandu. He'll give it back towards Mahler. Mahler near side to Fleming. Fleming will send one in from the neutral zone. It's chased after by the Tauros. Far side corner. Edwards in there. His Dress will come up with it. Dress with the wraparound try. That one just wide of the net. Puck sent to the near side and eventually run side corner. Both teams working at this one is it's eventually freed up and controlled by St. Cloud into the neutral zone is Wishart. Wishart will cross the blue line, and once again another offsides call here on the Norsemen. Still brought to you by Affinity First Federal Credit Union. 3:44 to go in the second period. Tauros obviously will round out the series tomorrow night against the same Norseman team, and then we'll go home to take on the Norsemen in the third series between the two teams. Norsemen win the neutral zone draw. It's skated across the blue line and sent in on net. That one, easy save by Svedin. Rebound out to the far side. Norsemen turn up with it. Sent to the blue line. Norsemen working. It was Miller who dumped it to the corner, coming in pursuit of this one. He's working up against Clark in the far side corner. Norsemen will free it up, send it off the pad of Svedin. Back up to the far side corner. Both teams some physical play up against the boards as puck is eventually freed up. It's hacked at by Owens. Tauros eventually will get it back up into the neutral zone. Norsemen will reset Miller. Far side is Runso. Will throw it back to Miller along their own blue line. Blue tries to get a stick on that one along the near side. Tauros take it away and eventually chop it down in the offensive zone by Marvin Cordis. Norsemen reset. Tauros will get a quick change off here. 2:40 to go here in the second period of play. Hunt will send this behind the Toro net. Svedin will dump it to the near side boards. James will throw it off the boards to Yahala. Yahala to Ohannesson. Ohannesson back to Yahala. Yahala skating center ice. He backhands it off of Lidan. Lidan, another good save as the Norsemen will carry this out of their own zone. It's Runso giving far side to Hunt. Hunt will just dump this one in near side corner. Both teams work. Runso now will throw it to the blue line. Good save there by Farrell to keep it in the offensive zone. Puck sent to the far side. Lundy will send it into the corner for the Norsemen. Gallivan along the blue line here will once again just send this one in as the Norsemen dump and try to chase that one in the offensive zone. Tauros working back up to the neutral. Batten carries it across the blue line. Tries to give to Ohannesson. Puck will find its way behind the net of Lidan. Tauros pick it up. His center ice pass there to Yahala. Yahala's shot just broken up there. Another hack on net there. That time by Mahler. Mahler will get the rebound and skate in. Sandhu, though, with a nice takeaway for the Norsemen as it's cleared back up into the neutral zone. Picked up by Crane. Crane across the blue line for the Norsemen. Fleming got a stick on that one to break it up briefly, but the Norsemen still control. Sandhu tries to fire one on that. Just fan on that one a little bit. Both teams will hack at it behind the net of Svedin. 1:15 remain. Puck sent to the near side, a corner. Batten will work it free as it's cleared back up into the neutral zone. Norsemen will send this one back in off the stick of Harris. It goes behind the net of Svedin. Tauros will reset. Final minute of play brought to you by Northern Plains Equipment. Puck worked along the near side, eventually into the neutral zone. Coming controls for the Norsemen. Pass there to Karch. Karch will carry it into the offensive zone for the Norsemen. Good defense there by Mahler. Will tip it back up into the neutral zone. A coin picks it up, skates it across the blue line, and will just dump this one in as the Tauros will go for a change. Is good takeaway here by Spencer in the offensive zone. Spencer skates in, tries to give it to Small. Small couldn't settle that pass down, but he'll eventually gather into the far side corner. One-timer here by James, broken up through traffic. It was Blue standing in the way of that one. 20 seconds remain. Puck rung around the Norseman net. Far side, it's corralled by Spencer. Spencer will work up against some traffic and fire it on net into the glove of Lidan for a whistle with 13.2 remaining in the second period of play. Offensive zone draw here for the Tauros. It'll come to Lidan's left side. Spencer coin small. James and Gibbs out there right now for the Tauros. It's going to be a Hunt in on the draw for the Norsemen. The Tauros will take this one away after Norsemen briefly won the battle off the face-off. Tauros trying to work it to center of the ice. Norsemen will break this one up and send it back out into the neutral zone as the horn sounds. 2 periods of play are in the books. No scoring in the second period of play. Tauros maintain a 1-goal lead. So Billy Batten has been the difference maker so far with the goal in the first period. But with that, we'll send it out to commercial break and be back with the Farmers Union Insurance intermission interview.
Is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. Services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Don't let talking about tough topics scare you. Talk to your child about the dangers of underage alcohol use today. This message brought to you by the 1st District Health Unit and the Minot Minotauros.
We had a member that came into the credit union who doesn't historically come in. She went up to the teller line and said she wanted $25,000 in cash. The teller kind of questioned her about it, and she said, "I'm buying a car," but she was kind of fidgety. And is that when she went to you first?
She had to make a phone call to see who it was payable to, and that was
Which is
red
way
flag.
weird. I mean, that's a huge red flag. And that's kind of when I came up there and I just said, "Are you comfortable coming to my office if we just sit down and talk about this?"
And that's where you took the phone and talked to the person on the other line, right?
Then to hit the button on the phone and disconnect them, for her to say, "Thank you."
I'd rather ask the uncomfortable questions than hear that I just assisted someone losing $25,000.
Perfect. That's when you know you did a good job that day.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
And welcome back here on the Minotauro Network to the Farmers Union Insurance intermission interview. We're here with Jack O'Hannison. You're through 2 periods of play. What's your assessment so far of this game?
Just get pucks deep and test their goalie a little bit. I think didn't really change our game plan too much, and we just got to stick to the process.
Talk about your line so far this year. You guys have been pretty productive out there. What's been the key to success for you guys?
I think just chemistry. We all have similar play styles, and then the chemistry part, we just love playing together and working together, so it's good.
And you're one of the guys who have played in this building a couple of times, obviously through your couple of years here so far. Low ceilings, low boards. What kind of difference does that make it out there for you guys?
Definitely more whistles, a lot of pucks out of play, so just more whistles, and you know, it's a lot different than playing at the Mesa with a lot of fans, so got to create our own energy a little bit.
Guys are up 1-0, 20 more minutes here in regulation. What's it going to take to get out of here with a win?
Same thing, just get pucks deep and pucks on the net. I think if we just stick to the process and lock the D zone down, we'll be good.
Awesome, best of luck the rest of the way. We'll send it back out to break, and when we come back, the Four Bears Casino and Lodge intermission report here on the Minotaur Network.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings. Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances...
Motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Don't let your house become haunted with bad decisions. Say no to underage drinking in your home. This message brought to you by the 1st District Health Unit and the Minot Minotauros.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
I'm Angie Martin. I work at Aspire Credit Union. I'm a loan officer, and I've been there for 23 years. So Angie, you are a great person, and I want you to know that you have made things for me and my daughter so much easier. My daughter is the greatest thing to me in my life. You made her smile when she got approved for her first credit card. I might not be able to give her the world, but it's great knowing that I have people helping love April and Eve Bland. That's pretty incredible. I feel like that flattered. Oh, thank you so much. That was so sweet.
You know, and I mean, you're going to be helping, you know, the grandbabies.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. You're great. You know that.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code HOCKEY100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about more than tires. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
If you're taking a prescription opioid, please don't drink. Mixing alcohol or another drug increases your risk of overdose. Know how to be safe at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
In life, there's good, better, and the best. The same theme applies for our car and light truck tires at Northwest Tire. We offer you good tires, better tires, and the best tires. Which choice is right for you? That depends on your tire performance needs and your budget. The choice is yours. Come in and talk to one of our tire experts, and we'll help you decide which tire is best for you.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino
and loans at Aspire Credit Union. My name is Amy Rasmussen, and I am the Member Experience Coordinator at Aspire Credit Union. I think it's very important to give back to our community to show that we care. I think that we're very good at showing our members we care, and they see us out in the community. What I like most about working at Aspire Credit Union, it is very family oriented. We feel like one big hat, the best potlucks ever, kind of bring
Aspire to more.
And welcome back to the Minotauro Network. It's the Four Bears Casino and Lodge intermission report. Through 40 minutes of play, Tauros still up 1-0 over the Norsemen. The goal in the first period comes off the stick of Billy Batten, his 4th of the year. Tui Anyahala right now credited with the assist. No scoring in that second period. Tauros outshoot the Norsemen in the second period of play, 7-6. Norsemen, though, outshooting the Tauros overall 15-13 through 2 periods of play. Just 2 power plays, one in the first period that sent the Tauros on the PK, and then one in the second period that sent them to the power play. Nothing going there for special teams either way. So we'll get to some scores around the rest of the league. Johnstown and Northeast earlier today. Northeast with Johnstown with a 4-3 win, as that one went final. Maine in Danbury. Maine with a 4-0 lead win, I should say, over Danbury. Maryland and Elmira. Overtime action now, as both teams are knotted up at 4. Little comeback action there by Elmira after Maryland was up 2-0. So New Hampshire, and New Jersey. New Hampshire up 4-0 in the third period. Rochester and Philadelphia. Rochester up 3-1 in the third period of play as well. North Iowa and Watertown. North Iowa still with the lead, but it's been cut down by Watertown. Now 3-1 in favor of the Bulls at the second intermission. Watertown outshooting them 23-17 through 2 periods of play. Janesville and the Wendigo. Janesville up 3-2. That one also at the second intermission. Bismarck and Austin. Austin now with a 2-1 lead over the Bobcats at the second break over at Riverside Arena. Shreveport and Amarillo. Shreveport up 4-2. That one final 8 minutes of the second period, I believe. As I think my eyes have gotten worse as the night has gone on, but nevertheless, the Mallards and the Wings, high-scoring affair there. Aberdeen up 6-3 over the Mallards in the second period. Odessa and Lone Star. Lone Star up 2-0 on Odessa. 11 minutes to go in the second period over there. Colorado and El Paso scoreless almost through a full period of play. 1:40 remaining in the first period there. Oklahoma and New Mexico also scoreless. It says period number 1, so I'm not sure if they're through one period or just getting underway. Nonetheless, though, Chippewa and Anchorage still to come later tonight, along with the Wilderness and Kenai. So that's your out-of-town scoreboard on a Friday night in the NAHL. So we'll come back here inside the MAC. So the Tauros are up 1-0 through 2 periods of play, but we do want to remind you that next Friday night, I should say, a week from today, it's the United Way Lunchbox giveaway. First 500 fans who make a $10 donation to Backpack Buddies will get their hands on one of those Tauros-themed lunchboxes. Once again, first 500 fans, $10 donation, will get one of those lunchboxes. Very cool item to have. Tickets can be purchased at tickets.minotauroshockey.com. We want to see you there for another weekend at Mesa Arena. Tauros take on the St. Cloud Norsemen both Friday and Saturday as the Great River rivalry continues to roll on. But with that, we'll send it back out to break, and on the other side, third period action here in St. Cloud on the Minotauro Network.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first. We often think
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down, go volume up. Go in, go out, go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Don't let talking about tough topics scare you. Talk to your child about the dangers of underage alcohol use today. This message brought to you by the 1st District Health Unit and the Minot Minotauros.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
And welcome back inside the MAC third period action here on the Minotauro Network. Toros in search of their 8th win of the year. They maintain a 1-0 lead over the Norsemen. Puck is down and we are back underway. Off the draw, the Norsemen control in their own zone. They'll dump it in. Svedin's out of his net. Mahler, though, cleans it up. Quick takeaway there by the Norsemen as they fire one wide. Rebound out to the near side. It's Sharp sending it in behind the Toro net. Quick hack at it as the Toros take it away and send it back up into the neutral zone. Norseman will reset his pass down to the near side. Crane was looking for that one. Mahler corrals and sends it to the far side. Yahala picks it up in the neutral zone. He'll skate along the far side across the blue line. He'll leave it for Ohannesson. Ohannesson to bat with a one-timer. That one not quite enough as the Norseman will carry it back up in the neutral zone as sent on net off of Svedin. Rebound out to the near side corner. Puck's rung around far side is Hunt in the corner. As Yahala will work at it against the boards and eventually work it free pass down the boards to Batten. Batten will hack it into the neutral zone. Norsemen send it back in. James will reset for the Tauros behind their own net. It's thrown back up into the neutral zone. Spencer tries to settle it down. Norsemen take it away. Hunt carries it across the blue line. He'll give it to Tanner Hunt. Tanner Hunt will fire that one just high of the net. Tauros will work it out of their own zone from the far side. Pass down to a coin. Couldn't quite get to that one. Small, though, will pick it up for the Tauros and send it into the offensive zone. It's rung around the net to Spencer. Spencer from the far side. He'll pursue it behind the Norseman net. Norseman will come up with this one as it's chipped high up into there in the neutral zone. James will settle it near side boards and eventually send it back into the offensive zone. And behind the net, of Lidan. Lidan just with one goal surrendered so far tonight. Not a bad performance at all as this is carried in by Harris. Harris's shot is broken up and sent to the near side as the Tauros will work up against the boards as the puck will fly up into the air and hit the ceiling for a whistle with 17:58 to go in the third period of play. We'll take a look at the replay. Good opportunity here for the Tauros. Once again, it's that Ohannison, Uhala, and Batten line that we just talked to Jack Ohannison about that has really been making waves so far for the Tauros. Uhala, the scoring leader so far for the Tauros. Norseman will win the draw in the neutral zone and send it in. Svedin out of his net, pokes to the near side as Edwards will work at it against the boards. Norseman, though, will take it away, but the Tauros take it right back. So chases on for the loose puck. It will roll the distance for an icing. Icings are brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. So defensive zone draw for the Tauros. So the Tauros look to hang on here. Norsemen looking for their 9th win of the year. Like we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Norsemen with just 2 regulation losses so far. Quick shot on net off the draw by Crane, gloved and held by Svedin. 2 regulation losses for this Norseman team, one of which came from the Tauros. The Tauros have been a successful team on the road. Ken touched on it in the pregame. Obviously the sweep in Austin and then the sweep in Mason City. So the Tauros looking to continue that trend as the puck is thrown into the neutral zone out of the Tauros defensive territory. Funk along the far side. He'll try to center a pass in there as Lidan will cover and hold that one for another whistle. 17:21 to go in the final period of regulation. It's a 6:30 puck drop tomorrow, so about a half hour earlier, and then, of course, you can tune in to the stream. We'll say give or take 20 minutes or so before that for the pregame show. Barring any technical difficulties. Of course, we saw those tonight, hopefully tomorrow night. It will be a little smoother sailing as the Norsemen out of their own defensive zone near side. It's thrown along the boards. Blue was trying to hold that one up in the offensive zone. Nonetheless, though, Tauros poke it back up into the neutral zone. Miller will throw it far side to Runso. Runso along the boards as it will go up and out of play for another whistle. 17:01 to go in the third period of play. So we'll reset with a draw out in the neutral zone. It's going to be at center ice. The Tauros leading after 2 periods of play. Perfect 5-0 so far on the year, so looking to continue that trend. Norsemen will throw it into the offensive zone. Hunt pursues after a free puck in the near side corner. Mahler was in on that one as he settles it down and throws it into the neutral zone. Far side to Batten. Batten will poke it in the offensive zone. Yahala will skate after this one. Miller in the far side corner against Yahala. Hunt also sent in there for the Norsemen. Norsemen free this one up as they carry it to the far side and eventually up into the neutral zone. It's hacked free near side to Lundy. Lundy will chop this one in as Svedin will get a stick on it and send it into the corner. Both teams will work up against the boards. Puck is eventually freed up, controlled by the Norsemen. Tauros do a nice job to poke at that one and get it back out into the neutral zone. Norsemen send it back, and Tauros will reset behind their own net as the Norsemen get some fresh legs back onto the ice. Mahler will do the same here and send it in. Yahala along the near side. Good play made by Harris along the boards on Yahala as the Norsemen take this one back away. Quick pass up ice towards Crane. Svedin, though, will clean it up as the puck just went outstretched of the stick, of Sammy Crane along the near side. Tauros try to work it out of their own zone. St. Cloud will keep it in. Wishart throwing it in from the blue line, near side corner. Sandhu working for the Norsemen. Crane behind the Toro net. Wishart now along the far side. Good takeaway there by James. James will give it to Aucoin in neutral zone. Aucoin tries to push it up ice. Good stick there by St. Cloud. Wishart in the offensive zone across the blue line. Pass to the far side. Fired in on net, covered and held by Svedin for a whistle. 15-12 to go. Toros still up 1-0. Of course, at the media timeout, we'll get to some of our Toros mobile app winners of the night. So there were some fun ones in there. I think my favorite of the night was how much of his kids' candy will Ken Oda eat. The line was set at 10.5, so take that as you will. 10.5 would have been low for me, though. As the Norsemen work in the offensive zone, fire one on net. That's Karch sent it in, covered up for a whistle by Svedin. A little pushing and shoving following the whistle. We talk about penalties. They have been few and far between, just 2 on the night. As we'll get another look at the opportunity here for the Norsemen in the offensive zone as they try to claw back into this one. A combined 7 offensive goals for St. Cloud against an Aberdeen team who has had good goaltending all year long. The Toros defense and goaltending has been good so far. Draw out to Svedin's left side. Yahala's in there for the Toros. Backhanded try gets tipped up and out of play. So we'll reset and do it again. Svedin is 5-3 so far through 8 games. Draw won by the Toros, but Miller will take it away along the far side boards. He skates in and centers a pass in there as Hunt tried to poke it towards the net. Rebound out to the near side. It's Runso carrying it along the boards and firing one into traffic. Norseman still working near side corner. They'll ring it around the net. Lundy picks it up behind the Toro net. He'll skate back towards the near side. He'll give it to Miller, Miller will fire one in that's tipped high up in the air. Lundy settles it down. Runso will fire one just wide. Toros take it away. Mahler will work it back out. As we get a whistle, Mahler was caught on the hand there. As that puck went in the air, it's hit the ceiling for a whistle. So that's 3 pucks in the ceiling so far. The line was 3.5. So just one more and we'll hit the over on that one. Back underway, 14-15 to go. Quick shot on net by Sandhu, towards the net. Broken up through traffic. Toros start back up ice in the neutral zone. Yahala will send it in. It's covered and held by Lidan with 14:06 to play. Shots on net so far tonight. We'll get an update on those. Norseman had a 2-shot advantage as that has now been expanded to 20-15 in favor of the Norsemen. 5-2 in this third period of play. So the Norsemen with a late push here to begin this third period of play. Toros looking to weather the storm. Offensive zone draw one. James will send one in from the blue line. Gloved and held by Lidan for another whistle. Exactly 14 minutes to play on the clock. And if you're the Toros, You know, a goal on 15 shots is not too bad, considering especially the goaltending of this St. Cloud team so far this year. Central Star of the Week, Beck Lidana leads the league with 3 shutouts. Tauros hack it towards the far side corner in the offensive zone. Norsemen control. Near side, it's thrown off the glass as it makes its way in the neutral zone. Blue gathers. He crosses the blue line. Cross ice pass there is, it was intended for Geyer. Norseman still working far side as Tauros will take back over in the neutral zone. Owens sending this one in. Rebound to himself off the boards behind Marvin Cordes. Will work up against some good defense. Tauros will eventually chop it towards the boards. It's picked up in the neutral zone by St. Cloud as they'll just dump this one in and go for a change. Tauros deep out of their own zone. Gibbs will give it near side to James. James will fire one into the offensive zone. Tauros do the same. Fresh legs out there for both teams. 13:07 to go, third period. Worked into the neutral zone towards Hunt. Tauros take it away. It's Tui looking for a coin. Norseman, good stick there to break up the play in the offensive zone. It's Hunt chasing after a puck near side corner. Spencer in there for the Tauros along with Gibbs. Both teams will work up against the boards as look to free the puck up. Eventually freed up and briefly carried along the boards by Gibbs as the Norsemen turn up with it. A quick shot towards the net. That one held up. It was Hunt in there trying to feed one towards the back of the net as the puck is eventually still pinballing in front of the net as it makes its way near side. Norsemen continue the offensive zone pressure here. Both teams along the near side in the corner fed around the net and work to the far side as the puck will squirt free and trickle behind the Norsemen net. Both teams will switch off here. Long shift there is Tauros in the offensive zone. A coin will throw it off the glass. It'll ring to the near side. Eventually back on the neutral zone. It catches the ref. Puck was trailing down the ice. Tauros catch a little bit of a break there. Dress trying to carry it across the blue line. Norsemen break that one up. Delayed offsides. Tauros had to peel back. Norsemen back up into the neutral zone. Crane along the far side boards couldn't handle that one, so Edwards picks it up for the Tauros. Edwards working up against 2 St. Cloud defenders. Crane will take it away, feed near side to Wishart. Wishart trying to get a stick on that one. Good defense there by Mahlers. The Tauros start back up ice in the neutral zone. Dress skating after one along the far side into the Norsemen defensive zone. Norsemen will take back over. Wishart will just clear this one down the ice for the Norsemen. Near side, both teams will work. Tauros turn up with it. It's Fleming deep in his own zone. Cross ice pass there to James. James will skate up ice into the neutral zone. He blows a tire, hits the ice, and just throws it into the offensive zone. Funk will pick this one up. He works far side to Batten. Batten skating through some traffic, gives to Perot. Perot will fire it into the glove of Lidan with 10:50 to go. A little extra once again following the whistle, but good save here as the pressure continued to mount. And a long shift there for both teams. Svedin will once again deny this Norseman team of a goal. Offensive zone draw coming for the Tauros. Yahalo, Hannison, Batten line out there. Draw to the right side of Lidan. Draw just goes wide, so it'll trickle into the neutral zone. Tauros will gather and reset. James sends it in. Buck will find its way to the far side corner. Batten in there for the Tauros as O'Hannison will free it up, fire one off the pad of Lidan. Buck behind the Norseman net. Fed to the near side and eventually picked up and controlled by St. Cloud. Neutral zone. Blue will skate after this one. Tauros get a stick on it. Zihala hacking at it in his own defensive zone. Far side picked up by Batten. Batten will dump it to Perot. Perot to James. O'Hannison will feed it back to Perot deep in the Tauros zone. 10:13 to go. Third period action here. Buck will trickle down to Lidan. Harris will skate this one back up ice for the Norsemen. Long range shot that was chipped high up into the air, gloved by Svedin for another whistle. Look at the scoring opportunity for the Tauros. The Tauros with a little third period pushback themselves as we hit the media timeout. 10:01 on the clock. As we get to the replay here now. Back and forth action between these two teams. As we bring it back here. As we look at our McDonald's Tauros trivia winner, the correct answer was Cade Stibbe with 26 points, 14 goals, and 12 assists against this Norseman team, which was the Blizzard back then, and the winner was Casey Wright. You can pick up your prize at the next Toro home game at the merch stand, I believe. Pick that up and claim your prize. Me and Lauren were both wrong on that, but we move. Candy count right now for Ken is sitting at 10. So, couple close watches here. The candy count sitting at 10. The pucks to the ceiling sitting at 3. So, both of those are just sitting at the under. If somebody can convince Ken to eat one more piece of his kid's Halloween candy, the over will hit. Draw out to the right side of Svedin. Tauros win the defensive zone draw. Marvin Cordes will send it far side to Spencer. Spencer will just throw this one in the offensive zone. We're under 10 minutes to play. Norsemen trying to find their first goal of the night. It will clip the Norseman bench maybe for a whistle. So we'll reset here. As the draw is going to come into the offensive zone for the Tauros after a little deliberation between the refs. This one to the right side of Lidan. Small in on the draw for the Tauros. It's Bronson Hunt for St. Cloud. Back and forth off the draw. Eventually is cleaned up and controlled by St. Cloud. Carried along the near side. Sent off the boards is Tauros taken away in the offensive zone. It's Spencer skating to the far side. Tries the center a pass to Small. Small couldn't get a handle on this one. Spencer, though, with another takeaway, cleanly feeds it to Small. Small with Mahler. Mahler with a feet on net. Puck pinballs around in front of the net, and eventually will get a whistle due to the net being off. As the puck was rattling around in front of Lidan. Tauros with a very nice opportunity. 2 offensive zone takeaways there for Ian Spencer is what got that opportunity going as we get another look at it. So, puck is down. Another offensive zone draw for the Tauros. Norsemen take it away, work it back out in the neutral zone. Sart's at it for a moment, but Tauros poke it back free into the offensive zone. O'Hannison chases after this one in the near side corner. It's Gallivan in there for the Norsemen. He'll give it to Hunt. Hunt behind his own net will feed it near side as the Norsemen try to work this in the neutral zone. Tauros doing a nice job pressuring here, at least in the last few minutes, as they make a little bit of a third period push themselves. Clark behind the Toro net near side to Gibbs. Gibbs will feed it high up into the air. O'Hannison couldn't get a hand on it. He tried to glove and drop that one. Norsemen work out of their own defensive zone near side. Miller's pass gets intercepted by O'Hannison. O'Hannison will just chip this one in as we will get a whistle as the puck was played with a high stick. So we will get an offensive zone draw here for the Tauros. That goal for the Tauros came with about 6 minutes remaining in that first period, a little more than 6 minutes remaining, so nothing going since. Shots on net overall still favor the Norsemen 21-18. 6-5 advantage for St. Cloud in this period. Norsemen start up by Sandhu across the blue line will feed one on net. That one just gets poked down to the near side by Svedin. Near side corner, Sandhu works up against Owens. Owens finally frees it up. He'll work it down the boards as both teams will chase after this one into the far side corner. It's St. Cloud that comes up with it. Down the blue line to Miller. Miller will fire one into the chest of Svedin for a whistle. 8:13 to go in the third period. Big hockey weekend here in St. Cloud. Little college action with St. Cloud State taking on Boston College. We'll get a little score update on that perhaps. Still scoreless through 5 minutes in the first period. Of course, Boston College sitting at 2, St. Cloud State at 10, so a top 10 matchup right here in St. Cloud, but still some action to come here as we get a quick icing. Icings are brought to you by Minot's finest collision center. So the puck, the draw, will come back out in the offensive zone for the Tauros. It's Funk, Edwards, Fleming, Mahler, and Dress out there for the Tauros. In on the draw for the Norsemen is coming, and Funk to Lidan's left side. Tauros come up with it. Mahler along the near side corner. Karch with some defense. Mahler will skate back behind the net. Fire one off the pad of Lidan. Out to the far side. It's Blue working it down along the boards. Tauros poking at it. Puck will roll in the neutral zone. Mahler will chase after it near side. He'll give it to Fleming. Fleming in the Tauros defensive zone is he'll give it back to Mahler. Mahler neutral zone will skate up ice. Cross the blue line into the offensive zone. Mahler far side corner. Geyer brings the pressure along the boards. Takeaway here for the Norsemen. Near side, 7:24 remain. Santu will pass it to Harris. Center ice. Harris will feed it to Coming will fire one. That one tipped down to the near side. Tauros start back up ice. It's Funk giving it to Edwards. Edwards across the blue line looking for Fleming. Fleming gets a hit laid on him courtesy of Hudson Blue. Near side to Edwards. Edwards will chip this one in. Tauros go for a change. Norsemen also getting a change off for themselves. It's fed into the offensive zone along the near side. Boards to Santu. Santu near side corner to Crane. Crane couldn't get in on the action to gather that one, so the Tauros skate back up ice. O'Hannison will chip it into the offensive zone. Yohala chases after this one. Near side now. Batten up top to Gibbs. Gibbs with a one-timer off the pad, up and out of play. For another whistle. 6:35 to go in regulation here. Another good save there by Lidan. Gibbs was sending that one in hot, as that line has really done a nice job here tonight, at least in the passing department, finding their guys with space. Draw comes back out in the neutral zone. Yahala in on the draw for the Tauros. It's Bronson Hunt for the Norsemen. Hunt will win this one as the Norsemen work along the far side boards. It's dumped into the offensive zone. Hunt chases after it. Gibbs brings the pressure for the Tauros. Yahala also in there along with Lundy. Lundy will turn out to the far side as gathered it behind the Toro net. He gives a Coming as Tui does a nice job. That was Tanner Hunt in there for the Norsemen. Tauros control. It's Yahala along the far side boards. He elects just to chop this one down. It'll go up and out of play for another whistle. 6:03 now. Both teams will get some new personnel on the ice. Draws is going to come in the Toro defensive zone. A Coin, Spencer, and Small out there, along with Fleming and Mahler. Coming will be in on the draw for the Norsemen. This one coming to Svedin's left side. Svedin, once again, looking pretty good out there tonight for the Tauros. Puck sent to the near side. A Coin will dig up against the boards along with Sarts. Puck's freed up near side corner. It's Mahler for the Tauros. He gives to a Coin. Far side is, I believe that's Fleming along the boards, just dumping this one in behind the St. Cloud net. Small in the near side corner along the boards. St. Cloud brings in two guys. Puck's freed up, controlled by Spencer. Spencer fires one off the blocker of Lidan. Spencer gets his own rebound, far side. Fleming will fire one in. This one soaked up and held for a whistle by Lidan. Another good opportunity there for the Tauros. Ian Spencer once again, the active stick. He fired one on net, got his own rebound, and Tauros continue to work offensive zone draw. Owens on the draw for the Tauros. It's Wishart out there for St. Cloud. Tie up off the draw. Both teams will battle for this one in the center of the face-off circle, and we will get a whistle here. As the Tauros are going to be taken to the box here. Owens got a hand on the puck as both teams tied it up. He's trying to cover that up. So the Tauros will go back to the Papa John's PK. It's the second time tonight. So far, so good for the penalty kill unit. Owens still out there looking for an explanation. The puck was tied up off the draw. Both teams kind of dove over it. They're saying Owens covered it with his hand on purpose, so potentially I think that would be a delay of game then, but we'll check in on that. So defensive zone draw for the Tauros. Small is on the draw. St. Cloud power play unit 0 for 1 tonight. They win the draw. Miller will skate it along to Lundy. Lundy fires one that goes wide. Sandu will meet it along the near side corner. He'll leave it for Blue. Blue will skate along in the corner. Feed it center ice to Sandu. Sandu will give it to Lundy. Lundy with a one-timer. That one blocked by Small through traffic. Tauros clear. 1:37 remain on the PK. Norsemen start back up by Sandu, gives it to Lundy in the neutral zone. Lundy crosses the blue line. He'll dump it in for the Norsemen. Puck will ring around to the near side. It's Sandu working up against Spencer. Norsemen turn up with a puck that was battled for against the boards. Miller near side. He'll give it to Sandu. Sandu couldn't gather that one. Eventually, though, he does get it. As Blue poked it back towards his way. Lundy from the far side. He'll go down to the blue line to Miller. Back to Lundy, for a one-timer. That's fanned on. Puck will trickle to the boards behind the Toro net. Worked along the far side. St. Cloud still controls. Miller will give it to Lundy. Lundy near side to Sandu. Sandu will fire one once again. Blocked through traffic and cleared by the Tauros. 43 seconds remain on the PK. Both teams with some changes being made. Start up ice here for Runso as he carries it in the neutral zone. Eventually offensive zone. Quick takeaway by Batten as the Tauros clear. Delayed penalty coming, so Lidan will head to the bench as the Tauros are going to touch up. It's Mahler who touches it, so the Tauros are going to get another one sent to the box. Coach Campbell not happy about this one. Mahler will be going to the box, so it's going to be 5-on-3 for 20 seconds, followed by another minute and 40 of power play action for the Norsemen as we get a replay here. It's just an opportunity here late in this third period. 3:39 remain in regulation as the Norsemen will call their timeout. They look to claw their way back in this one, just down a goal. You got to credit Beck Lidan with another good performance for the Norsemen in net. Offense just looking to find a goal as shots are even 7-7. We'll get another look at that replay. Adam Mahler sent to the box for cross-checking. We try to slow this one down on replay. Get the slow-mo angle of this one. A critical call here. So the Tauros penalty kill unit has their work cut out for them, but back to the goaltenders. Both guys, good performance tonight. Svedin saving a perfect 22 of 22 shots faced, and Lidan saving 19 of 20. Svedin, though, good performance against Bismarck, carrying that momentum here as Yeah, arguably two of the best goaltenders in the division. Really good goaltending all around, though. Good goaltending matchup last weekend inside the MAC here in St. Cloud. With Aberdeen really a goaltender by committee situation that has served them well so far this year. So the draw comes out to Svedin's left side. We're back underway. Norsemen win the draw as Lundy will give it to Miller. That grouping is back out there for St. Cloud. Miller will feed it to Harris. Harris back up top. Excuse me, that's Sandu. As Lundy with a one-timer. That one wide is the Tauros are going to get one guy back on the ice, so it's 5-on-4 action. Lundy with another one-timer goes wide. Rebound out to the near side. Sandu will skate along the near side and give it to Miller. Miller will fire one in. That one off the chest of Svedin and eventually held for a whistle. 1:28 remains on the 5-on-4 advantage for the Norsemen. As we'll get a little whistle here and a little extracurriculars following the play. Now, I think Ian Spencer is not happy. As Blue was taking a late hack at that one as Svedin had it. So nonetheless, a draw out to his right. Offensive zone draw once again won by the Norsemen. Runso carries it along the near side corner. He'll work up against Fleming and eventually dump it to Wishart. Wishart leaves it to Geyer. Geyer back along the blue line to Wishart. Wishart feeds it to the far side corner. It's Bronson Hunt looking to go after that one. Puck tipped to the near side, and then it's Geyer meeting that one at the near side point. Puck tipped high up into the air into the ceiling. So that's, I believe, the fourth now. So the over hits on that. Getting an update out of Minot. The candy count number has gone to 12. So the over also hitting for that. John Small point over 0.5. Just needs a point here tonight to hit all the overs. Still some time to play, though. Offensive zone draw, one for the Norsemen. Miller carries it along the near side corner. He'll feed it back around the net. Blue will give it back to Miller. Miller will skate through as he gives it far side to Lundy. Lundy back along the blue line to Miller. Miller feeds it to Sandu. Sandu will feed it towards the net. Hudson Blue in there for the Norsemen as sticks go up, but no goal is called. As a scrum ensued in front of the Toro net, 2:22 to go. So we'll get another look at that. There's 44 seconds remaining on the 5-on-4 advantage for St. Cloud. Nonetheless, Norsemen once again control. Miller will send one on net. That one batted down by Blue as he'll chase after a puck in the near side corner. Miller to Lundy. Lundy with a one-timer. That one goes up and out of play for another whistle. 31 seconds remain on the power play. As that was tipped up and out of play. So it's an interesting decision time here for St. Cloud head coach Joe Exter. You got the 5-on-4 advantage for another 31 seconds. We'll keep an eye on the net of Lee Dan. He doesn't break off the draw. Tauros control. Owens will just chip this one down in the offensive zone. 2 minutes in regulation remain. 20 seconds on the power play. Norsemen out of their own zone. Lundy carries it neutral. He'll cross the blue line. Near side he is held up, and Tauros pick this one up along the boards as both teams will battle. Time ticking off on that power play as the Tauros are about to come full strength. Lidan still in net. 1:35 remain. Battle still along the near side. Lidan stays in. Both teams will hack at it along the blue line here as Tauros eventually work it down the near side into the neutral zone. Both teams still hacking at it, though. Lidan still in net. 1:19 to go. Miller out of the neutral zone. He crosses the blue line. Tauros will take over and clear it back out into neutral. So Tauros go for a change. Lidan skating far out of his net as he looks towards the bench. Puck is in the offensive zone. Net is empty for St. Cloud. Norseman from the near side. Quick shot towards the empty net. Good job there by Runso to get in front of that one as he came off the bench onto the ice as the extra man. This picked up neutral zone by Geyer. They dump it in, 45 seconds remain. Offensive zone for the Norsemen. They'll work in the near side corner. Both teams with guys in there as Norsemen will send two. Puck will trickle along the near side boards. Tauros chase after it. Geyer meets it though in the neutral zone near side. He gives it to Runso. Runso far side pass as the Norsemen dump this one and it hits the referee. So Norsemen will ring it around the Toro net near side corner. Both teams will battle up along the boards. As 17 seconds remain in front of the net. Quick try here by Hunt. Covered for a whistle by Svedin. Exactly 15 seconds remain. Opportunity there for the Norsemen as their net is empty. Get another look at that one. That time it was Tanner Hunt in there for St. Cloud. So the grouping out there is Blue, Bronson Hunt, and Wishart, along with Crane in the forward grouping for St. Cloud. Off the draw, it finds its way on net. They're going to call the whistle. It did not look like Svedin had it. So the Tauros catch a little bit of a break there. Referee just with a bad angle on that one. He was facing the backside. Svedin couldn't see whether he had the puck or not. Nonetheless, though, offensive zone draw for the Norsemen. Hunt on the draw. Fleming will get it in the near side corner. Will clear it down the ice. O'Hannison will chase after this one. He falls to the ice, so the Norsemen will control final few seconds of play. Puck squirting in the neutral zone. Tauros control. Horn sounds. Tauros win. Lucas Svedin pitches the shutout, his 6th win on the year for the Tauros as they take the Friday night contest and lead the season series here in the Great River Rivalry, now 2-1 over St. Cloud. The Norsemen with a nice push late in that one had the 5-on-3 opportunity, then the 5-on-4 for a minute 40 though. The Toro penalty killed unit does a nice job weathering the storm as the Tauros hold on for the 1-0 win over St. Cloud. So it's a final here at the MAC, but we'll send it out to a quick commercial break and be back with the Farmers Union Insurance post-game show here in St. Cloud.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code HOCKEY100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about more than tires. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
If you're taking a prescription opioid, please don't drink. Mixing alcohol or another drug increases your risk of overdose. Know how to be safe at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
In life, there's good, better, and the best. The same theme applies for our car and light truck tires at Northwest Tire. We offer you good tires, better tires, and the best tires. Which choice is right for you? That depends on your tire performance needs and your budget. The choice is yours. Come in and talk to one of our tire experts and we'll help you decide which tire is best for you.
Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
And welcome back inside the MAC here in St. Cloud. It's a final on the Friday night. Tauros win 1-0. It was a first period goal that was the difference for the Tauros as they get their second win of the year over the St. Cloud team. Season series now at 2-1. Once again, the Great River rivalry, as we'll get another look at the goal for the Tauros. It was off a draw, credited to Billy Batten, 4th goal on the year. Helpers right now being credited to Connor Toohey for his 2nd assist, and Jesse Uhala for his 7th assist, which if that holds, it's Uhala's 15th point on the year for the Tauros. That was enough as the Tauros top the Norsemen 1-0. Shots on net in favor of St. Cloud, 25-20. Lucas Fadin, perfect, saving 25 of 25 shots faced. Lidan, though, credit to the Norsemen goaltending. Good performance there as well, saving 19 of 20 shots faced. Nothing going on the power play. Tauros go 0 for 1 on the power play, while the Norsemen go 0 for 3. Toro penalty kill unit, it should be mentioned, really nice job down the stretch to keep this one right where it's at. Your Forebears Sportsbook, over-under winner, Kayla Fieldstad, as we went under on John Small, 1.5, over on pucks hitting the ceiling, as that was, 3.5. And then over on Ken eating 10 or more pieces of his kids' Halloween candy. So with that, that'll do it here on Friday night in St. Cloud. Tauros win 1-0. We'll be back tomorrow night. Puck drop is slated for 6:30. So make note of that 7 o'clock puck drop tonight. 6:30 tomorrow. Will be on about 20 minutes, give or so, early with the pregame show, barring any technical difficulties that we incur. But nonetheless, for Edward Neiman and Kobe Brought and the rest of us with the Tauros, we say so long until tomorrow night on the Minotaur Network. We'll talk to you then from the MAC.